mother was part of the Charles Manson family. Which part? Weren't they all arrested or killed? Is she alive? Imprisoned? There's no context here. There's no story after it. What happened? My father says he would leave my mom to be with me. Ew. Gross. Again, there's no context. We need more details. I mean, no, we don't need more details. That's gross. We get it. We get the picture. Next. Dad works in Las Vegas as a drag queen. When I was 13, my father came out as gay and now is happily married to a male and works in Las Vegas as a drag queen. Well, good for him. Yay, he's happy. I want to go back to Vegas. My mother murdered my brother. Well, that's not gonna be a very happy family reunion. Well, not everyone's gonna show up. My mother murdered my brother a while back, and while no one else knows this, I was able to talk to the mortician and discovered that my brother had certain indicators on his body that proved she had murdered him. Turned out to be defensive bruises from trying to block her stabbing him. I'm the only one in the family to know, and I don't think anyone in the family could handle figuring that out, especially since it's been over 2 years now. Yeah, at that point, you just need to, dip, fake your death, disappear, do something, move to another country, start a whole new friend group, a new family, and just live your life. You don't need this negativity latched onto you. My mom named her firstborn son after a cult leader. I mean, was it a good name? Is it better than when Italian kids are born and they're named after a weird pasta? I read a blog post about a cult in America known for exploiting young and vulnerable women, where my uncle's wife is described as the leader's favorite girl. Nobody in my family knows she was part of this cult, but I did some research into it. Turns out she named her firstborn son after the leader. Weird, to say the least. I mean, at least she's out, but now that kid is a constant reminder of her past, and that kid has to carry that trauma around his entire life. That's not nice. Why'd you put that onto him? My great-grandfather survived Nazi Germany without ever realizing he was Jewish. He never even knew he was in danger. Great-grandfather was born the illegitimate son of a Jewish professor during a time in Germany when you really didn't want to be Jewish. It was not a preferred circumstance. His mother raised him without ever telling him who his father was until her deathbed. That's like when someone's dying and their last words are, "I hid the buried treasure map here," and then just lights out. Every night when I go to bed, I have a little pillow and assortment of blankets that I pretend is this girl I like. She would never like me in real life. In fact, she doesn't. So I just play pretend. It's inherently creepy, but it's what keeps me from being a total wreck all the time. You are obsessed and you need a hobby. No wonder she doesn't like you. You're that creepy kid that talks to himself at lunch. I mean, I'm glad he found a way to restrain himself from bothering this girl, but this is concerning. This just reminded me of that random giant fish body pillow my brother had growing up. That's weird. I've stolen at least 90% of the clothes I currently wear. I can afford to buy it, but I choose not to. My family and girlfriend all think I spend too much money on clothes, but they have no idea that you're a criminal. I think that's called a kleptomaniac. They just like the thrill of stealing stuff. I don't get it. There was one time I stole a pack of gum from the grocery store and my mom wanted to murder me. I once took a poop in the bathtub and then realizing what a horrible mistake I'd made, I'd flung the poo into a hole in the wall. Just throw it in the toilet. The bathtub is usually right next to it. It's not hard. Or it is. My parents renovated and patched up the hole, so now there is a 15-year-old turd in between the bathroom and the kitchen wall of my childhood home. And they're like, dude, what's that smell? We just can't get rid of it. You need some really good Febreze. The industrial stuff. That's just nasty. I once helped out my female friend's family by taking care of their cat for a week. Every day for a week, I would go over there and snoop around their house. Of course, we all do. I found my friend's diary and proceeded to read the entire thing. I used this information to get her to like me, and she is currently my wife. The only time I would see this as acceptable in a way is if he read that she admitted she liked him, and he's like, okay, so I can go for my shot, knowing I won't be shot down, hopefully. But don't actually use specific information to manipulate her into liking you. If she wrote, oh, my favorite color's blue, and so you use that and say, oh, my favorite color's blue. That's creepy, and it's not okay. That's totally different from asking her best friend if she likes you so you can go for it. I have been pretending to be colorblind to everyone I have ever known, including my own parents since I was in 3rd grade. I am now 28 years old. I even convinced an optometrist of it. That's so random. Like, how does this give you an advantage in life? You're pretending to have a disadvantage. What benefits do you get from this lie? This is just a pathological liar, honestly. They just like lying. I got mad at my girlfriend today and opened her MacBook Air I had wrapped under the tree and rewrapped it and addressed it to my son. And she ain't never gonna know. Dang. It's a little messed up though. Like, you get a sweater this year. I have been sleeping with both partners of a married couple. You're busy. Neither of them are aware the other is cheating. The wife doesn't know the husband likes men. Okay, at that point, just tell them. Obviously, they are both unhappy and they can't get mad at each other because they're both doing it. They would be much happier if you just told them so they can split up and do what they want to do. Or even better, they agree to be in an open relationship. Either way, they'll be happier if they find out, I think. One of my cousins hired a hitman to murder his uncle. Where is the story? Like, did he deserve it? Or are you just crazy? Or both of you are crazy. My grandmother lied about having a brain tumor so she could get rid of her kids. Lovely woman. I was helping my grandmother clean her attic and came across a box with old legal papers. I'm nosy, of course, so I take a break and read through them. Me too. Found a document adopting her 4 kids out to a family. Her reasoning was she had a fatal brain tumor. Thought this was weird, so I kept digging. Found another document where she took the family to court to get her kids back and had to confess the brain tumor was a lie and she did it because the man she was with didn't want kids. And what compelled her to try to get the kids back was the adoptive family was not a good family. They did some bad stuff. So one of the kids ran away and luckily the mom was like close enough to where one of the kids got to her and told her what was going on. So if the kid never told her that, then she never would have tried to get them back in the first place. So either way, still a bad parent. And these kids need some therapy. My grandma was getting death threats from the Taliban. My gran had to move to England from Pakistan because she kept receiving death threats from the Taliban. Because apparently being an actress is a sin. So I should not go over there anytime soon. Yes, I'm an actress. I never said a successful one, but I am one. And they said she needed to be murdered for it. Like, why are you so mad? I think it just ties into the whole, like, they don't want women to be independent kind of thing. I'm pretty sure nobody's supposed to know this besides my parents and her. Well, now everyone knows. Me and 700,000 plus people. You're welcome. My wealthy cousin gave up his first kid for adoption because he had Down syndrome. Sounds like a great guy. My older cousin is very wealthy, lives in the nice part of town, has a beautiful wife, healthy kids, and a luxurious lifestyle. Apparently, the first kid his wife and he had Down syndrome, and they gave her up for adoption because of it. No one talks about it, and I don't know if the kids he has now know about it. Well, that's just messed up. There is no, like, explaining this one to anybody. So there is this girl at my school and she's super gorgeous, but I recently found out that she has a boyfriend and ever since then I have been having dreams, not nightmares to specify, where I murder the dude. I'm worried about this because when I wake up I feel no remorse. And you felt the need to tell us they were dreams, not nightmares. Very concerning. I'm gonna call 911. Just 1 second, guys. I pee in my bathroom sink. Gross. Just, guys, don't. That's disgusting, especially if the sink is communal. Other people use it, most likely. No, just don't. But I'm clean about it, and I never pee in the sinks of others. There's no way to be clean about this. Unless you, like, deep clean it every single time. Even then, I wouldn't feel comfortable going near it. When I do it, I run my hand under the water so the water spreads all over the inside of the bowl, and use my other hand to aim into the drain itself. When I'm done, I make sure water runs long enough to wash it all out of the pipes. Then I use some water to rinse off my goods. Why'd you call it the goods? This is not very good. Like, he doesn't even use soap. This is like when guys don't wash their butt crack. You're disgusting. I can't go outside if there's not enough clouds because I genuinely feel like I'm going to fall into the sky. You cannot physically fall up. That would be floating. Humans cannot fly, at least yet, without some kind of help, some kind of contraption attached to us. You will not fall into the sky. Never thought I would say that in my life. But anyways, that's it for sharing some of people's darkest secrets. Comment below if you have your own secret you want to tell us anonymously. And let me know which one of these secrets you think is the craziest. But as always, please subscribe, turn on all notifications for the channel, like and share the video, follow me on social media, links are down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.